ready?
Welcome back. It's not on the couch. We've now gone through your comments from last time, and Gary Allen put forward a great name, All Three Streets with Pokerbet. And I think it speaks nicely to the fact that we don't just cover poker here. We're covering a lot of topics with regarding poker, sports, the world of gambling, I guess. Great suggestion, Gary. We like it. If anyone has any objections, give us a thumbs up if you think it's a great name. We're really starting to grow on us. And so we're here, All Three Streets with Pokerbet. I've got Darren back with me. A lot of sporting action coming up this weekend. Some big games for South Africa. A big fight we're going to talk about as well. And we're going to sum up on the most recent stop of the SunBet Poker Tour, which was in Times Square this past 2 weeks in Pretoria. A great bunch of results for the Pokerbet.
Yeah, no, great. Even to elaborate on the Gary Allen theme, which is awesome, he is Wes Blom's coach, which we'll get to on some of the results there. So Gary, you're hot on the press at the moment, so going with that trend. But yeah, having you back. Lots of rugby, obviously, my go-to. I know some of you following the cricket, obviously, bit of some I got mentioned by one of our mates who says the track is flat. I'll tell him to look at the score at 160 all out and 99 for 7. I think he should keep his actuarial position. But yeah, excited to be back, been a bit of a while. Lots to break down in the tournament. Sitting here, still holding a bit of a grudge that I couldn't find a final table from that spot. But we'll unpack it all. Just happy to have you guys back and looking forward to just going through and dissecting all of it.
100%. I think let's start off with the poker. Times Square, good turnout again. And really, like you said, Gary Allen must be doing some magic with Wes Blom. He cashed 4 times. He started off, got the series underway like a house on fire, winning the Welcome to Pretoria in Event 1. And then Ahmed Karim, we've spoken about him. He was having a bit of a bad run of form in Vegas. He managed to win the super high roller, so it's good to see Ahmed taking down another win again. Wes and Adrian then made final tables in the Mega Millions, the 25k buy-in. And Adrian, the Afrikaans assassin, carrying on some of his form from Vegas. I think he won 147 satellites into the SunBet Tour. And every day we woke up, he had won another seat in either Bloemfontein or wherever he was playing. But another good result from him. Wes obviously third in the Mega Millions. And as we've learned from Vegas, when Jan Adrian does something, the Wolf has to do something.
Yeah.
And we saw that Adam Wolf capped off a fur, like he was in the lead. He was top in chips for a long way on day 2 and into day 3 of the main event. And he ended up being part of a 5-way deal. Jed Kosu, another one of our Pokerbet favourites, managed to pick up 6th. And just after he bust out, they did a 5-way deal where I think they all won about 500 to 700,000. So great results all round. In that main event, we also had you finishing 14th, unable to finish off. And as soon as you were out, Seamus didn't want to be there alone, so he went up one spot after you. Jacobus the Nation picked up a cash as well. Nice to see him making money after Vegas. He had a bit of a tough patch there, but lots of lessons learned. And all in all, just a great series all round, seeing Pokerbet faces across all the final tables. Obviously testament to the guys putting in the work online and offline as well.
I say saying to someone, which is so interesting, sometimes when you're in Vegas and you've been spending with the Pokerbet team chatting, you might not see the results on that day, on that time. But as testament to what you said, these guys have come back. It was like a group of guys inspired, lots of knowledge, ready to put it out into the market. And yeah, it was just a whirlwind of results. As you said, that deadly team of Adrian and Wes continuing. It was a very interesting thing. Myself and Sean had a lot of chips at dinner break. Let's just say Harold Brooks got most of them. Well done, Harold. Look what you did with them. You made yourself a winner. So well done again on that. You played really well. But Yeah, it was nice to go very deep. 391 entrants. Well done to Mark and the team. That's a sterling job. Really great to see that. So, all in all, well attended. Lots of good results. As you said, Ahmed managed to beat 8 people and finding that win. Well done, Ahmed. I know he's actually, jokes aside, good luck. He's heading off to Vietnam and EPT Barcelona. So, make us proud, run good and just crush it. But all in all, really great. Great venue, great tournament, and some awesome results. And Wes, keep it going. For a guy who's played 1.5 years or 2 years in the scene, he sent me a picture from when we were at a table at Monte Casino playing. So amazing results, and just looking forward to guys continuing. And without, we'll get on to it, but before another blink of an eye, we'll be planning for Vegas again.
100%. I think that's a good time to touch on that. We already have set up the first Vegas package is up for grabs. The South African Online Poker Series Spring Edition is back. End of the month. The satellites are already underway. 6 events, over 3 million rand guaranteed. And the winner of the play of the series, based on Global Poker Index calculations, will win the package to Vegas 2025. Adam Wolf picked up his package at the latter part of 2023. He was the first man to secure his seat. If you've watched the videos and the recap of the Vegas story, you'll know Adam had an incredible trip. He cashed in 5 events, he won a landmark satellite, he was playing unbelievably. So what am I trying to say to you? Just get involved in the SA Online Poker Series and put your head out there to stand a chance to win this package, because it can really change your life and it can give you an opportunity to honestly arrive in the Mecca of poker and just really open doors for you to just experience what we know has been an amazing 2 years that we've taken players there. It's only going to get bigger and better next year. We want to take a team of 30, 40 players across next year. So I'm excited that we already got the planning underway.
Yeah, super exciting. Awesome events, lots for everyone, different buys, different sizes. We've got the mini main as well back, which is great. Yeah, it's just very exciting. Obviously, you've got to try to play as many events as possible. Just obviously very key to cash, accumulating those points. And we're looking forward to it. There's a lot of guys got in the pipeline. I suppose I can't even reference to names because some people have aliases on there. So got my eye on 1 or 2 guys. But looking forward to, already getting us, crowning the champion, getting us the winner and starting planning. Yeah, I'm expecting 30 plus in the team next year.
Yeah, one thing that I just want to touch on from SunBet Poker Tour, which was good to see, we always talk about growing the game of poker in South Africa and into Africa, and I think Mark's done a great job. You've got a lot of the Tanzanian guys who came out. I think you said there were about 17
actually
guys
strong,
came out from Tanzania, bringing their whole flair of the game. They've obviously played in different environments to us there. Everyone brings their own styles and techniques, but it really is good to see guys from around the continent coming down to these flagship events. Testament to the work done by SunBet and Monster Jam to get the game broadcast around their stream online, and just work hard to get guys to come out and support events. We know that some of our guys have gone to Tanzania in the past, and I think it's only going to grow the game in the continent, and hopefully we can find some African champions out there.
Absolutely agree. They were a great bunch of guys. Really awesome. I was chatting to Costa right near the end, and they're having a tournament in November. So it'd just be great. We all support each other, as you said, we grow. Another thing to that, which was great, the Little Slam was on a weekend, back on the weekend, which I've always thought is a very important slot not to be during the midweek, and they had a great turnout, I think around 240.
Nice.
So that's nice to see.
That's excellent. And last thing to touch on poker-wise, we know that the next big series that we're focusing on is SA Open at Monte Casino. If you remember last year, we had quite a fun run-in where we, with 2 tables left, myself, Jaden, Seamus, Darren and Ahmed were all in a row on one table together. It felt like a Pokerbet rigged table draw, which wasn't the best for us because we all ended up battling blinds versus buttons. Hopefully we can all go deep this year. 4 million rand guaranteed in the main event. Many day ones. First day 1A is actually next week, Saturday. And then there's a bunch more towards the latter part of September. I think we'll probably have a big contingency from the office going up and just having a lot of men on the ground there. And I'm sure that a bunch of Team Pokerbet players are going to be throwing their names in the hat, and hopefully we'll see a strong performance from the guys again.
Absolutely, yeah. Really looking forward. It was obviously crazy turnout last year. It was like 1.4, 1.5 million for first, which I think is basically the biggest in South Africa in the last few years. Awesome venue. Really looking forward to it. I'm hoping managed to be part of the deal last year, hoping to somehow be around there this year, and maybe even we'll start looking at running a few satellites online, see if we can get a few guys to qualify. So obviously, if you guys are interested and looking forward to running that, be great. Yeah, it's going to be a big turnout, big team. I know they've been pumping the satellites already, so just looking forward to a pretty awesome series.
100%. And off the back of the Olympics, which I know we had a lot of fun, especially the swimming and the athletics. There was a bunch of incredible performances. We had a few story bad beats along the way. We lost a few multis with an Olympic record to a guy who was 999 to 1 to beat that Olympic record in the same event. Lost by 3 centimeters.
Yeah.
We back to Khani. He lost a podium spot by 1/100th of a second. So when you're talking about bad beats and you're talking about the runners on the poker tables, we can match you with some stories on the sports field as well. But the Olympics was amazing. There were some incredible performances. It was epic to be punting it, because obviously it makes it that much more exciting. On the top of some amazing performances, and for us, I think the standout in terms of the South Africans had to be the 4x100 relay silver. And flying that flag and the patriotism, we got to talk about Drickus now. He is pumped.
Yeah.
I just last night watched a video of Sia and him having a chat. They're all in Australia. They're all in Perth at the moment. I'm not sure if Dana White was chatting to Sanzo about setting this up, but what perfect timing. We hear that some of the box are going to be walking Drickus out.
Yeah, it's that brotherhood to watch, as you said, when they're playing the songs in Perth, is just unbelievable. As we said, there's Sia and Eben are leading him out. There's a yet to be released song, which they say is coming there. Just proper cheers. The boys are just, as we all South Africans, wherever we are in the world, we just tighten it, we support each other. It's going to be a big, big weekend in Perth.
Yeah, nothing like destroying the New Zealand/Nigerian-born Israel Adesanya in Australia and following it up, or actually preceding it with a big thrashing of the Aussies in the Rugby Championships. We're having internal discussions here because our consortium of what we think are smart sportsmen think that the plus in Australia is good. I've been saying for 2 years that anyone who bets on Australian rugby is absolutely insane. Proven in the World Cup where they didn't even get out of their group and couldn't beat Fiji. And now we find ourselves listening to the CEO's picks tipping Australia plus 12.5. I'll go ahead and say that I wouldn't be on either side at the moment. It is a lot of points, but Rassie is Rassie, and this side then the depth that he's building is something special.
Yeah.
We had one fly half in the World Cup. Now we've got 3 in one team.
It's
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
You can't work out what he's doing, but he is playing 4D chess while the rest of us are watching checkers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I'm watching some of the breakdown shows and that. For the first time, we clearly are world leaders. We are, this Rassie, he's an innovator, he's building depth, he's creative, he thinks out the box. That line out in the first match is just on another level. It's an insane thing to be part of. We have 7 scrum halves, we have 3 fly-offs, we have who knows how many fullbacks. It's just an insane thing. We have lots of locks. It's pretty exciting times. I know I'm putting my head up, already, but we really should be favourites for the next World Cup.
And we're 3-1 at the moment. I actually looked
correct.
yesterday because I was thinking exactly that. 3-1 seems like value. Yes, some of the squad are going to be aging a little bit by the 2027 World Cup. But it's funny because we got a group on WhatsApp of guys who love talking rugby, and every time a team gets released, I hear the same stuff over again. What is Rassie doing? And I'm like, guys, have we not learned to stop questioning the genius?
Yeah.
He knows.
He
you
knows.
know nothing.
Exactly.
And I think we just got to realize, just close your eyes and trust in Rassie, and he gets it done. In 2011, I wrote a Facebook status that popped up in my memories the other day that the only team that could win the Rugby World Cup, there were 2 teams that could win it in 2011, New Zealand and the New Zealand B team.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get a feeling that in the next couple of years, the only teams that can win the World Cup will be us. And the depth that we have on our bench, we see the bomb squad.
Yeah.
We've got 3 in every position. Guys are criticizing everything about our game, and when the pundits start complaining about your bench splits and this is unfair and that's unfair, it's because they're desperate and because they're being left behind. And it's evident now when you hear exactly like you said, the Justin Marshalls, these guys are coming up and going, guys, the box have left us at the dirt. And now we look at Super Rugby, they're desperate, they don't know what's going on. Rassie was integral in getting us to play in Europe as well, and just another decision and another influence he's made on the sport. And as we all know, the Bok brand in this country is the most valuable brand out there. And I mean, when you see what damage has been done to South African sports across many other institutions, you got to tip your hat to RC.
Absolutely, exactly what you said. Not much more to add. I mean, you summed it up, but it's amazing for the country just to be part of this chaos and this energy, and
Drickers, back to Drickers.
Yes.
So the betting opened up and Alan Sayer was a big favourite, right?
Big favourite. I mean, just very interesting. I don't know if lightning strikes twice, but I was saying this before we started on the show. Strickland, the same thing happened. 7 to 10 Strickland, around 12 to 10 Drickers. Same thing here about 3-4 days ago. Market started moving 2-3 days ago. Market moved again today. We're at Pickham. This is a guy that every time he comes to these fights, he's an underdog. Washington against Whitaker, Strickland, he was slight underdog, started close to Pickham. And he just wins. He just knows how to win.
He does. I mean, he grew up in Hatfield, Pretoria. Now, I grew up in Pretoria, and Hatfield was down the road from Tuks, the university, and that's where everyone used to jaw. And there were plenty of fights in the streets of Hatfield back in the 90s and early 2000s. I'm not saying that Drickus was involved in them, but if he learned how to roll in Hatfield Square, it's definitely showing when he steps into the ring. He's a beast. That Afrikaans sporting mentality is something that I am in awe of in all sports across, and he is just an animal. And he's not scared. I mean, he's put his neck out there against Israel. He said some things that are questionable, but he'll back it up in the ring, and I, for one, am going to be waking up super early to watch that fight. Excited for the action on the weekend. Anything else you wanted to touch on coming up? Premier League's back.
I
mean, how can we forget our predict the Premiership tables? We've got 2 competitions at the moment for a 50 Rand bet, and these competitions will run till the end of August. If you have a 50 Rand bet, you qualify for an entry to predict the entire standings of either the English Premier League or the Betway PSL. The old PSL is now called the Betway Premiership in South Africa. Pick the exact order of 20 teams. You get it right and you'll win your share of 3 million Rand. If you're the only person who gets it right, that 3 million Rand is all yours. So get your entries in, place your bets, and don't forget 3 entries per person, and you could be 3, maybe 6 million richer if you manage to predict both standings.
I hope some of you put Manchester United number 1.
Well then, I'll tell you, you're losing your bet. I mean, as positive as I am, we've seen a lot of signings and a lot of action in the transfer window, but I'm not going to go overboard on that.
I agree.
But exciting to have the Premier League back. Exciting to have some rugby and UFC this weekend. Some poker action coming up. Jump into those satellites. I think that's pretty much us covered for this show. We'll see you in the SAOPS online. We're looking forward to crowning our first Vegas package winner. Go Drickers, go the books, and we'll see you on all 3 streets by Pokerbet again soon. Darren, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Yeah, happy to be back and looking forward to chatting you post double Bok win.
Absolutely, and hopefully some warmer weather from our Cape Town office. Thanks for listening. Leave some comments if you like the name and anything else you'd like us to discuss in future episodes. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll chat soon.
Cheers.
Bye.
Are you ready?